An evil murderer who inflicted cruel punishments on a baby girl has been jailed for life. Kamran Haider, 39, had forced his girlfriend's 16-month-old daughter to squat in a corner of the room for up to 40 minutes if she cried and regularly told her to shut up. Nusayba Bint-Umar suffered a severe and life-changing head injury on September 13, 2019, after her mum overheard Haider beating her and she tragically died 4 days later. After a trial at the Old Bailey, he was found guilty of her murder and was sentenced on Wednesday the 30th of March to be life imprisonment with a minimum term of 20 years. Over the course of a 3-week trial, jurors heard that Haider would become annoyed if the toddler cried and would slap her hands if she tried to move away from the uncomfortable stress positions. Giving evidence, Nusayba's mum, Asaya Amazir, said her boyfriend had become jealous of the attention she gave her daughter and regularly told her she was too soft on the infant. She said he introduced timeouts whenever Nusayba cried, forcing her to squat in the corner of the room for lengthy amounts of time as a punishment. These cruel punishments would sometimes happen as often as 2 to 3 times a day, and during the night if Nusayba woke up and cried. If Miss Azmir tried to intervene, Haider would become physically abusive and would slap her around the back of the head. Speaking from behind the screen, she emotionally recalled, "I never understood why he used to take her hair tie out. He said she doesn't deserve to look pretty when she's in timeout." Haider would also refer to the toddler as bastard and would get annoyed over small stains or mess left in a 4-bedroom house. She told the court that her baby daughter had hated Haider, saying, "I could see it on her face. She wouldn't eat anything from him. She wouldn't smile at him. She wouldn't even look at him." By this point, Miss Azmir had only been in a relationship with the illegal puppy breeder for a few weeks, after meeting on an online dating website on August 5, 2019. He immediately encouraged her to move in to help with his dog rearing business, and she was under the impression that she would be financially rewarded for her assistance. She was unaware that he had a history of violence towards women and children, having previously been accused of attacking a former girlfriend and abusing her children in order to teach them a lesson. Haider was also already in a relationship with a woman in Manchester at the time he met Miss Azmir. On August 28th, she left Nusayba in his care while she attended an appointment at a nail salon. She received a call from Haider shortly after 1 p.m. informing her that her daughter had fallen in the kitchen and injured herself. She rushed home and noticed a large bump on her head and decided she needed to call an ambulance. At this point, Haider became aggressive and pushed her against the wall, threatening her and claiming that she was trying to ruin his dog breeding business. She recalled, "Very quickly he became aggressive. He grabbed me, pushed me against the wall by my chest, started screaming, 'I'm a ruthless motherfucker and you're going to get police to my address. No one is going to take my dogs.'" Despite this, she made her priority Nusayba and booked a taxi to take them to the hospital. Once there, the toddler was treated for the swelling over her eye, while Miss Azmir lied to hospital staff and said her daughter had fallen over in her own kitchen. When questioned by the court, she said she had lied because she was scared of the repercussions and his anger if she jeopardized his puppy breeding business. She returned to Haider's address on Collington Road the following day after Nusayba was discharged. Over the following 2 weeks, Haider inflicted bizarre punishments on the already injured 16th-month-old, and Miss Azmir decided to pack her things and leave him following a night of arguing on September 13th. That morning, while she was tending to the dog, she overheard her boyfriend slapping Nusayba in the bedroom. She told jurors, "I could hear her crying. I thought she'd woken up, and that's when I heard him hit her. Then I heard him say, 'Shut up, Nusayba,' and I heard him hit her. I heard it 2 or 3 times. It was an impact sound, and then I heard her make this really strange yelping noise, so I think he hit her quite hard." Nusayba's condition worsened throughout the day, and at around 5 p.m, she began fitting. Miss Azmir left Haider's house and made an emergency call from a bus stop in Green Lane seeking urgent medical advice from her gravely unwell baby. Paramedics rushed Nusayba to hospital, but despite the best efforts of medics, life support was withdrawn 4 days later on September 17th. A CT scan had revealed Nusayba was suffering from a subdural hemorrhage, swelling of the brain, ischemia, meaning a loss of oxygen supply and changes to the appearance of the brain. Other injuries included bruises to her forehead, red bruises over her buttocks, swelling over her right eye, and a mark to her chest bone. Prosecutor Edward Brown QC told the court her death was most likely to have been caused by violent shaking, so her head was thrown back and forwards, but not just shaking, as there was evidence of impact too. It was this that caused the very severe brain injury which killed her. Haider was arrested and charged with her murder and cruelty to a child, but had denied both charges. Following a trial at the Old Bailey, he was convicted by the jury after 3 days of deliberations. He had refused to attend court on Monday to hear the verdict and refused once again to attend his sentencing on March the 30th. Sentencing him to life imprisonment, Judge Chima Grubb said, "It is clear to me Kamran Haider wanted Miss Azamir's assistance with his unlicensed dog breeding business, and her child got in the way. He was prone to temper tantrums and resented the attention Nusayba got from her mother. I have no doubt that he punished Nusayba harshly and had assaulted her on more than one occasion." She continued, "He is someone who has a propensity to abuse and control women and children who come into his sphere of influence." In victim impact statements read aloud in court, Miss Azamir described her daughter as a princess and said she had been killed in a cruel, heartless and inhumane manner. She said, "I will never get to see her grow up, hear her first sentence, see her first day at school, her first tooth loss, her first proper tantrum, and all the other beautiful milestones that a mother witnesses throughout her child's lives. I will never get to hold her again or kiss her tiny hands, tickle her, put her in a pretty dress or buy her a toy that I know she wants. All the most benign and underrated things that most take for granted as parents have been taken from me and cannot be given back." Her dad, Bent-Umar, said he was horrified to hear of the abuse Nusayba had endured and that Haider had destroyed his life. Once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to enable this channel to continue running. You can find even more stories on social media platforms and the website. Links will be in the description below. This video was brought to you by Fresh Media 365 News.